Almost every image of the universe is a lie, not on purpose, but a lie all the same. Galaxies, stars, light spilling in every direction. Look closer. That glittering, crowded cosmos does not exist, because everything you could ever see, touch, or name, every star, every planet, every atom in your body, is less than 5% of the universe. The other 95 is dark matter and dark energy. Things we know are there only because without them, reality itself stops adding up. No one has ever seen them. And even that 5% isn't spread out. It clings to the edges of enormous empty bubbles, like frost on the walls of a room that is otherwise completely empty. The points of light you see at night aren't the rule. They're the exception. The true face of the universe isn't abundance, it's the void. And tonight, we're going to fall through it, one impossible distance at a time, because it gets emptier than you can imagine. Let's start small, our own solar system. Everyone knows it's big. Almost no one grasps how big. Light crosses from the sun to Earth in 8 minutes. To Pluto, it takes over 5 hours. New Horizons, the fastest probe humanity has ever built, needed 9 years to get there. 9 years, and it never even left home. And when it finally arrived, it had 30 minutes to grab its best data before the void swallowed it again. And Pluto isn't the edge. It isn't close. Wrapped around the entire solar system is the Oort Cloud, a shell of frozen debris reaching as far as a full light year out. We have never seen it, not once. We only infer it exists from the comets that fall inward out of the dark. Voyager 1, the most distant object human hands have ever made, has been flying since 1977. It is now over 23 billion kilometers away. To cross the Oort Cloud, it would need another 30,000 years. Of everything out there, we have explored precisely nothing. Now we leave what we know. The nearest star is Proxima Centauri, 4.2 light-years away. Say that number again, slowly. Light, the fastest thing that can exist, takes over 4 years to reach it. New Horizons would take 70,000. The Roman Empire fell 2,000 years ago. We would not arrive with anything we have ever built. And there's a planet there, Proxima b, sitting in the habitable zone where liquid water is possible. For a heartbeat it sounds like hope, until you meet its star. Proxima is a red dwarf, and it screams radiation. It hurls out flares that would strip the atmosphere off any world beside it and sterilize the ground. So close, and still, almost certainly, dead. Now hold that distance, the nearest star, 70,000 years away, and understand what comes next. The Milky Way holds 200 to 400 billion stars. That sounds crowded. It isn't. The average gap between neighboring stars is several light years of nothing. Here's the proof. In 4 billion years, Andromeda will crash into our galaxy. 200 billion stars smashing into a trillion more. The number of stars that will physically collide. Almost certainly 0. A galaxy collision isn't a collision. It's 2 clouds of emptiness pouring through each other. At the heart of it all sits something with a name that sounds like a warning. Sagittarius, a star. A supermassive black hole 4 million times the mass of the Sun. And where are we? Not the center, not the edge. 26,000 light-years out, adrift in the middle of nowhere, inside a galaxy that is itself mostly nowhere. To cross it once at the speed of light would take 100,000 years. And the speed of light is not a problem we will one day solve. It is a wall built into reality. Reach it, and you'd need infinite energy. The universe locked the door and threw away the key. But it gets lonelier. Andromeda, our nearest large neighbor, is 2.5 million light-years away. Find it in the night sky, and you are not looking at a galaxy. You are looking 2.5 million years into the past. That light left before our ancestors picked up their first tools. We never see the universe as it is. We only ever see what it was. Zoom out again. Andromeda and the Milky Way belong to the local group, about 50 galaxies. Beyond them, emptiness, until Virgo, 65 million light-years away. And between galaxies lies a silence so total it barely counts as space, roughly 1 atom per cubic meter. No dust, no gas, no light that ever hits anything. A vacuum more complete than anything your mind can hold. And yet, pull back far enough, and the void reveals a shape. Galaxies aren't scattered at random. They hang in clusters, clusters in superclusters, superclusters strung along vast glowing threads called filaments, cosmic webbing millions of light-years long. Our own supercluster has a name we only gave it in 2014, Laniakea, 520 million light-years across, 100,000 galaxies, and every one of them, including us, is falling toward a single point we cannot see. We call it the Great Attractor. From far enough away, the entire universe looks like foam, threads and knots of light, and between them, the true rulers of the cosmos, the voids. The Boötes Void, discovered in 1981, is 330 million light-years wide. Inside a space that should hold tens of thousands of galaxies, there are a few dozen. When we found it, no one could explain how something so empty could exist. Inside those voids drift rare, lonely void galaxies. Fewer neighbors, fewer collisions, evolving slowly and strangely in the dark. Even galaxies, it turns out, are changed by loneliness. And the largest thing we've ever found isn't a galaxy or a cluster. It's a filament, the Hercules corona Borealis Great Wall, an estimated 10 billion light-years long, so vast that it may break the rules of physics itself, which say the universe on that scale should look smooth. It doesn't, and we still can't explain why. Now the strangest turn of all. Because light takes time, distance is a time machine. The farthest galaxies the James Webb Telescope can see are over 13 billion light-years away, and we see them as they were when the universe was less than 1 billion years old. Push further, and the galaxies vanish. You hit a wall of glowing radiation, the cosmic microwave background, light from when the cosmos was too hot for light to move. That is the edge of everything we can ever observe. Beyond it isn't darkness. Beyond it is a wall made of time. And here is where the void wins. Space itself is expanding, not into anything, just growing everywhere, all at once. The farther a galaxy is, the faster it flees, until it crosses a threshold and recedes faster than light can travel. Its light, sent toward us today, will never arrive. Those galaxies are already gone from us forever, and the expansion is speeding up. One by one, the lights are going out. In a few trillion years, every galaxy beyond our local group will have slipped past that horizon. A civilization born then will look up into a sky that is empty. No Andromeda, no Laniakea, no filaments, no voids, no evidence that any of it ever existed. They will ask the same questions we ask tonight. How big is it? What's out there? Are we alone? And the universe will have quietly erased every answer. They will conclude they are all that has ever been. and they will be wrong, and they will have no way to ever know it. So here is the truth every glittering picture hides. The universe is not vast in the sense of much. It is vast in the sense of almost nothing, stretched across distances that have no mercy. We sit on one planet, around one star, in one galaxy, in one shrinking bubble of light in an ocean of black. And that bubble is closing. The stars are real. The galaxies are real. But they are only a thin, trembling frame around an emptiness that is winning. Look up while there's still something to see. One day, the sky will be dark, and there will be no one left who remembers it was ever full of light.